let's get down to our discussion about cars. Hello everyone, so today I'm going to talk about the Fiat Multipla. The Fiat Multipla is a very interesting car to me because, since I was a kid, I saw those cars everywhere, guys. They used to be everywhere here in Belgium. Oh my gosh, like just about every 4 people I knew at least had one, or they probably knew someone who had one. Like, they were just everywhere. It was endless. And we're talking when I was a kid, like 2000s. Yeah, we're talking in the 2000s, like from 2005. The Fiat Multipla was quite popular because of its cheap price tag, and also it was surprisingly very practical. And to this day, people actually praise the Fiat Multipla for being very, very practical. Like, that is, you don't really hear this often, but seriously, like, it's, for once I see a beautiful car which has some practicality in it. Now, whether the Fiat Multipla is beautiful or not, it's a very, very big debate. But debate for later, let's first focus on the bright side, that the car was very practical and it was very, very, well, it sold like hot cakes back in the days. However, now we are 2021 and I look everywhere. I don't see them anywhere on the road. They vanished. It should be a wildlife National Geographic documentary if I ever spotted a Fiat Multipla, guys. Because to spot a Fiat Multipla is very, very rare these days. I can only assume that owners have, new life plans and they've decided, okay, we're gonna throw this car away, we're gonna buy something new. And although I did know an owner who had his Fiat Multipla all the way until 2 years ago. The guy bought it in 2006 and he had it like until like 2 years ago, and he loved the car, surprisingly. He actually liked it, but from my view, like when I kept looking at that Fiat Multipla he had, oh boy, that thing had seen better days, okay? It was in beat up condition. Every time he would drive it over a bump, it would make this horrible plastic scratching sound. Like, the sound you hear when there's a loose plastic piece under the car? That's the kind of horrible sound I'd hear every time from that thing. And that Fiat Multipla looked like it was in beat up condition, but it still ran from A to B. And the guy loved his Fiat Multipla. And I was just sitting there, shocked, like, dude, your car's on its last piece of metal. Are you really sure you missed that thing? Like, believe it or not, the guy sold the car, he traded it in for something new, but he had the audacity to tell me that he misses the car. Like, seriously, there's some people that have sentimental attachment to their old cars, like the Fiat Multipla, but he actually, to be really fair, can I be really honest with you guys? He loved the car for how practical it was. So, you have to give him credit for this. He's right in that sense. Now, about the reliability of the Fiat Multipla, many sources have actually stated that the Fiat Multipla was surprisingly... It was actually average, okay? It was not the least reliable car on the market, but it was not the most reliable car on the market. And the biggest issue with the Fiat Multipla, which I even can, say, I've seen Fiat Multiplas, okay? I've seen a ton of them, and they all have one reoccurring issue, and is that they dated so badly. Oh boy. They looked outdated so badly, guys. Like, the quality fell apart, okay? And also the plastic was horrendous, guys. Like, I just, no, 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 no. Now, moving on to the debate about whether the Fiat Multipla was beautiful or not. You know, you want to know which side of the debate I stand in? I don't know, guys. You know what? You want my personal thoughts? I actually don't know which side to stand onto, because some people say the Fiat Multipla was something horrible to look at and it just didn't look right. It just didn't feel right. Like something looked odd about it for its time and era. It's safe for me to say that this is the only car I've ever seen with this much busyness going on in the interior. Like, I've seen many other cars of its era, like, you know, especially my favorite cars like Citroën or Peugeots and such. Although I prefer Citroën more, to be honest. But like, you know, any car I see from that era, they at least had some logically laid out interior. An interior which you can tell that, okay, that is that, this is this, and it's so easy to use, and, you know, not that much hard plastic everywhere. And if there is hard plastic, it has a purpose. But in this Fiat Multipla, it looks just, I don't know. In my opinion, there's just some things that just don't pair well in certain angles, if you know what I mean. Like, for instance, you know, you have, like, everything cramped together in the center. No, no. Now, the other side of the debate, who say that the Fiat Multipla is not ugly, I think it was a perfectly fine car of its generation, I must confess they have a valid point. The entire automotive industry have to work very hard to finding their own design, to find their own identity, something that helps them stand out. And you know, it's very important because people want something special. They want something different. They don't want to drive a generic car which the entire neighborhood drives. I mean, come on. Who wants that? I sure wouldn't want that. You know what I want? I want something out of the box, something extraordinary, something beautiful. And do you know what was the only brand that could achieve this? Citroën. You see, the difference between Citroën and Fiat was that Citroën actually knew how to do it in a fashion where they are not being so try-hard about it. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to be... It was innate in them. Everyone would say, yep, that's Citroën. They're known for doing this. Citroën grew from doing this. They had engineering that was non-conventional. They had it all the way down to the chassis. Whereas what Fiat did with the Multipla felt as though Fiat was trying to please everyone. It felt like Fiat was trying a bit too hard.